The best way to describe nagging and lecturing is by defining it in teacher terms. Nagging and lecturing means talking way too long to make a point that could have been stated in a few words. In this video, I'll give you some tips and helpful advice on how to avoid nagging and how to avoid lecturing. But before we get started, this joke is a little bit somber. What do you do to a scientist after he dies? You bury him. There's an old jingle that I used to sing in elementary school that popped right into my head when I started to make this video. You nag, 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 and a gag, 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 what a drag, drag, drag when you nag, nag, nag. In short, people are not interested in being lectured or nagged. Students, teachers, children, or adults, nobody likes being nagged to. Kids haven't got time to listen to our lectures. They're just not interested. And as nice as you may be, you can always see students switch off as soon as you open your mouth. Some teachers find fault like there is a reward for it. But try to remember that your observations and subsequent conclusions about others often reveal more about yourself than those whom you observe. Finding fault is easy. Correcting and making that behavior better is not. Now, students may see your fault finding as simply an attack on their behavior, their personality, or their work in class, and question your motives as to why you're trying to intervene in a situation. Students may not see your constructive criticism. Instead, they'll see your critique, your complaining, fault finding, and negative judgmental attitude. For a lot of teachers, this is learned and encouraged behavior. Some teachers that I've worked with seem to love the sound of their own voice and would take every opportunity to lecture and moan at the kids about their behavior and why it was unacceptable. And they would take that moaning and wailing and gnashing of teeth outside of their own classroom and bring it with them to the lunchroom or the break room and continue it all throughout the day. And this just reinforced that type of talk and attitude towards students. You can't win anyone over to your thinking by nagging. In order to change behavior, you have to show them what you want and then teach them how to do it. We start doing this by modeling good behavior ourselves. What we want to see, we have to be. Give clear instructions in terms of what to do. Make sure that exactly what you want is exactly what you ask for. Offer support and guidance. You know what you want because you're the one who thought of it. Students don't. They're not mind readers. They weren't there during your brainstorming session. You have to articulate what you want and then follow up with additional support and make sure that whatever has gone wrong is corrected. And once it's corrected, you have to praise them when they do the right thing. And when students don't get it right, you have to consistently apply consequences so that you're not punishing the student, but the behavior. But of course I realize that nagging is easy, and it's a natural impulse, especially when you're worn down, tired, and have had to give the same instruction again and again and again. So remember, this takes work, but it isn't rocket science. In order to avoid nagging, ask yourself, do I make my points succinctly? Am I able to quickly give students information, provide follow-up and feedback in as short a time as possible? If not, that's a great place to start.